We are now joined by our pole sitter, Mark Martin, driver of the number. I just went blank. 55 Aaron's Dream Machine Toyota. He's also joined by Rob Kaufman, his team co-owner at Michael Waltrip Racing. Mark, obviously a very impressive lap. Talk a little bit about your run here at Phoenix.
Well, we had a pretty good car in practice, but it wasn't a pole car, and Rodney Childers and the guys were talking after practice about the things that they were contemplating doing to the car. And I heard several of them, and I covered my ears, and I says, "I'll see y'all on the qualifying line." I didn't want to hear all that, so and I was just kind of being funny because I just didn't want to be a part of the decision making because I've had such good success with Rodney in the decisions he makes. So they made a pole car took a good car and made a pole car out of it. And he and all the guys that work on that team deserve the credit. This is a very, very special achievement, I feel, because I feel like very, very fortunate to have the opportunity to work with Rodney Childers and everybody at Michael Waltrip Racing and have their support. They support me and believe in me more than I believe in myself. It's amazing, and it's an incredible team effort, and they deserve a lot of credit.
All right. Rob, obviously a big day for you guys. Talk a little bit about the pole run with Mark.
I think when a lot of people describe Mark, they say, Mark's on it. I would say for 2013, Mark's on it squared. I think just starting from talking at Daytona, I think that, we really feel good about the 55 car this season, and this is a great start for that group, for Aaron's, and hopefully MWR overall.
Okay, we'll go ahead and start with questions. We'll start here with Stan.
Hello, Mark. Stan Creekmore with RPMTonight.com. Given what you said about how the car was in practice, not really, in your mind, ready for the pole, how far into your warm-up lap to do qualifying did you realize I've got what it could take?
Oh, I didn't. I don't do that. I don't mess with that. There's only time for certain things to enter your mind. That's why I didn't want to be a part of the decisions that were made. Because when I drove into turn 3, then then the little, electromagnetic stuff would start going off in my head. Was that the right thing? Did we do the right? I don't want to know all that. I don't want to think about all that. I just hit the corner and I measure what I think I have, and I have an extremely little bit of time to put it right on the edge and not step over. And I was pretty nervous about it because you can't step over with the way the cars are so close now. You choke, and I don't accept choking very well, and I expect a lot out of myself. So I was relieved when the lap was over, had no idea. I knew it was all I could do, and I felt that it was good, but it could be 10th. I didn't know. And I don't think about that. I just think about how can I put this thing right on the edge without going over. And you have to make that decision very quick because with me, I always do it on the first lap. I can't get away with it twice. It don't happen. So, so as you saw, my first lap was the fastest lap. I knew it was going to be the fastest lap. I tried so hard on the second lap. I thought the second lap was faster, and it was a 10th slower. So, you gotta be kind of in a zone and just doing what you can to be on the edge and not over.
All right, let's go Bob and then Mark.
Bob Parker, Sporting News. From what I can read in the notes, that this is actually the same chassis that you sat on the pole with last year. Did you guys discuss whether to bring, a totally new car? And apparently, the new body doesn't mean a whole lot if you put it on the pole again.
We did not. I don't discuss I don't discuss Rodney's decisions much because I don't want to affect them because they're so good. And, I discuss other things and I give him direction, but I don't ever ask, you going to run the same car? Are you going to make this decision or that decision? I talk to him about what I think the car needs, what I think we need to focus on, what we need to not focus on, because we can't fix that. So let's just go. I do that with him. I don't question what he does. We did bring a different car here last fall, and we were not pleased with, and we thought it was the Cat Daddy, and we didn't run as well as we might have, and so it didn't come back. I didn't know till we were standing out there qualifying that he mentioned this was the car from the spring. So he makes great decisions.
All right, Mark.
Mark Armijo, the Arizona Republic. Mark, can you imagine or envision what a win on Sunday would mean to you?
Well, yeah, I can. I'm not, but
Be really good.
I can. Look, I'm really, really grateful for this opportunity, and I'm really thankful for the success that we already have. We ran third in the Daytona 500. We sat on the pole here. I'm grateful for what we've done. Going forward, I will try to win every competition that I enter, or at least be a great representation of MWR in every competition. I will say that I don't know that my training in my prime, I don't know that my personal training made me a better race car driver, but there's no doubt in my mind that my the longevity in my career is hugely dependent on that and that commitment, and so I said it last week, and I had some people make some snide remarks about it, but at this stage of the game, it's pretty amazing that I get a chance to drive something like this, a race car for a race team like this, that truly has a chance, that we have a chance, a chance to win. We were close 2 or 3 times last year, very close, and they were close with 2 other drivers. Brian Vickers was close to winning Bristol or Sonoma, but especially Bristol, and Michael was very close to winning Talladega in that car. So it's amazing what they're doing with that car.
All right, we're going to go Lewis, Hembry, Cluck, and Rick.
Congratulations, Mark.
Thank you.
And Rob. Racing is such a momentum business. You got, as you said, you had a third at Daytona, and Jimmy Johnson, aside from your time, he said you were pretty fast there. How do you walk away when it's your turn to give the car over to Vickers and stuff? I mean, what's going to go on, when you're going to have points and everything?
I have experience doing that. In 2007, I stepped out of the car as the point leader. So, and I was quite a bit younger then than I am now. So, not going to be more tempting now. It would be much less tempting because I've already done that. So, just grateful for the opportunity, and we all we all made a commitment together, and as of right now, that's what we're going to do. Tickle me to death to win this race tomorrow, more for Rodney Childers than for myself, but it would be pretty huge, for everyone, MWR and everyone. It's all about trophies, and we got a small one today. There's a bigger one Sunday.
Okay, Mike.
MikeHembrySpeed.com. Two questions, Mark. First, I know you're not really a numbers guy, but you're pushing ever closer to Harry's oldest guy to win a pole record. If you do that, is that going to mean anything in particular to you? Anything special tied to that?
No, not really. I mean, whether I was to break that record or not, I look at Harry Gant and don't feel I measure. So that's just me. The records don't mean much. I have the respect. I was there with him and had the pleasure of racing with him and getting beat by him on regular occasion. And and will always look at him as, someone who accomplished, more than I did. It was the guy that I couldn't beat at the time, So he's an incredible guy.
About the speeds today, this car has been really fast in testing and so forth, and a lot of speculation there'll be pole records broken and so forth this year. Why do you think that did not happen here today?
I don't know why we're even asking the question. I mean, first of all, this is Phoenix. It's not anywhere else. The track's older. The tire doesn't feel stickier than last time here. The asphalt can degenerate. There are a lot of factors that could affect that. It's the car is not is everybody's had a good day with the car. It's not been a handful of any kind. I think we went pretty damn fast today myself, whether we broke the track record or not. We might not break the track record at Vegas, but that might be because the asphalt's old as heck, It's not, to me, that's just a non-issue. The car's fast. It's blindingly fast at Charlotte in the winter. It's a great car. It's not important that we break the track record or not. It's important what kind of show, what kind of race we have, and we've got a great car to do it with. And every team in the garage has an opportunity to get an edge on the competition. Right now, the window is wide open to find something. And if you find something, you might be able to hold on to it for several weeks before the rest of the garage figures out what you're doing. So this is an exciting time for the people in the garage area because that window is wide open right now. And we only, we had an hour and 25 minutes to look at it today is all we had looking through that window. We get some more time tomorrow. And then we get to race on Sunday. We get to Vegas, the higher speeds. The cars have more downforce. Under normal thought process, the cars will run faster around there than they would the old cars. What's saying that the old car wouldn't have been a half a second slower today? So I don't compare how fast the speeds were today to anything else. I'm looking at the exciting part. The windows of opportunity and that the car is not giving anybody a fit. It's working well, and here we go.
All right, we're going to go Jeff Gluck and then Rick.
Jeff Gluck from USA Today. Mark, I understand age is just a number, but you are 54. So when you do stuff like this, do you ever prove anything to yourself like, I can still do it? I know you're only a year older, but in your mind, does it give you any assurance that you can still get it done, or do you not have those kind of doubts?
I have those doubts. It's nice. It's nice. If I would have qualified 30th today, I'd be, I'd have, my lip would be out and I'd have the long face and, whatnot. It's nice. I still revert back to, I have people that believe in me more than I do myself. They didn't doubt. They don't doubt. I have to perform for me. I got to do it every day. That's why I said about the training part. I truly believe that the reason that I'm able to defy these odds right now are two huge reasons. That's one of them, and the other one is the people that work on my race car, because it don't matter how good you are. If you got a slow car, you don't look good and you don't go fast, So I have to have people that believe in me, and these guys believe in me. They don't ever question it, and that helps.
Right, Rick.
Mark, Rick Bonnell with Charlotte Observer. When I hear you talking about not inflicting yourself too much on the mechanical side, and then you talk about, when you're in the moment qualifying the car, feeling like you need to put it right on the edge without going over. I'm curious, do you think that there, for whatever advantages there might be for some 30-year-old kid, is there a level of clarity and decisiveness about what you do because of the amount of collective experience you have at this point?
I question that as well. That kind of falls back to Jeff Gluck's question. I question that. Today, there was a long time, when I was 45, I thought I was better because I had more experience than the 30-year-olds. At this stage, I know there's a lot of segments that that are diminishing. The judgment, maybe not. You're looking at Jimmy Johnson and trying to compare yourself to Jimmy Johnson or Kyle Busch, these or Matt Kenseth, some of the greatest race car drivers we've seen in NASCAR, Jeff Gordon, all of which are still in their prime. So it's quite a challenge to look at it and say, well, I have advantages in any area. It's a challenge for me to look at that, but you do have to play to your strengths. It is exactly right. And my strengths are, I've been there, I've done that. I've overdrove, I've underdrove, I've choked. I've made poor decisions. I've done all those things, and sometimes it's a little stressful for me because I have all that. I bet you Kyle Busch doesn't go out there to qualify and even cross his mind about overdriving through the corner wrecking. It does cross my mind because I've done it before, and I hated it. Couldn't stand it. I was sick, so. Sometimes it is a little bit of a weight on my back because I know the things that, but I have been pretty successful at continuing to put the car close to its edge, and managing that. Lucky for me. So.
All right, we're gonna go to the gentleman in the back, and then we'll end up front here.
All right, thank you. How's it going, Mark? I'm Ryan O'Hara, SpeedwayMedia.com. This is your 20th career top 10 start here at Phoenix, dating back to 1988.
Wow.
I'm a nerd. But last year on the pole, led the first lap, and then you finished in 9th. Like in this race, how are you gonna challenge yourself? Race setup wise, how can you make your car better to be up front and challenge at the end?
Well, we have, I don't know exactly a couple of hours of practice tomorrow, and this is going to be very important practice for us because I made several 4-lap runs today, and I saw the trend of what the tires in the car was doing, and I know what our challenges are going to be now for the race, and we've got to make our car better than everyone else's. And if we fall short of that, then we've got to try to outthink and outposition and outsmart and every other trick in the book to try to pull it off with maybe less than the best car. But the first thing we do is we focus on trying to make it the best car on the racetrack for racing. And we know what our challenges are, and we'll work on that tomorrow. That's a tremendous challenge. There's pretty smart guys over in that garage.
All right, we'll end up front here.
Hi, Mark. Richard Flores from Pit Notes. You've ran at this track for quite a while, longer than I've been alive. But sorry, Mark.
Just to throw that
Come
in
on
there.
now, Mark.
I'm glad I'm still alive, so it's all good.
My question was, what is your happiest memory at this track, and also what is your worst memory from this track as well?
Winning in 2009 when I thought I probably would never win again. Getting that win here and having the people that I admire and respect, so many of them come to Victory Lane because they probably thought the same thing, and that was really cool. Best memory. Worst memory is coming out here in 1990 and getting my brains beat in by Dale Earnhardt and going from leading the points to he led the most laps and won, and I think we finished 10th. And we went from leading the points to behind. That was, we raced our guts out, man. They just stomped us that day, and that's all we could muster.
All right, congratulations, Mark. Thank you for your time today, and we wish you best of luck on Sunday.
Thank you.